Good morning and welcome back to the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. My name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you joining us this morning. If you're watching this live, thanks for that. If you are listening to this later or watching it on YouTube or on our website, we appreciate that as well. Had a little trouble with my stabilizer this morning with the phone. If it falls over, please know it's not personal. I will pick it back up. Please remember that we do upload these shows. If you don't catch it on Facebook, it is there all day if you want to watch it here, but it's also on our website, www.livingstonparishnnews.com/podcast. So again, appreciate you joining us. Let's jump into your traffic. Of course, it is Martin Luther King Day. Happy holiday. A lot of people off of work today. Traffic pretty clear. Not really a whole lot going on out there. Kids are out of school. Doesn't look like a whole lot of people are going to work either because, of course, banks are closed, the government's closed, that sort of thing. So pretty slow day today. Currently 37 degrees. 51 is your high. As you remember, we kind of got some showers over the weekend. Cold front came through. It is going to be cold for several days. Going to have a freeze tonight, looking at a low of 30 degrees. Remember, we talked about it before. Let's wrap up those pipes. Protect the pets as best as we can and protect our plants. So putting covers over plants, that kind of thing, to protect it from that oppressive cold air. Putting pets either inside, on the porch, putting them in their doghouse. It's going to get cold tonight. So please remember, high of 51 today, low of 30. It is going to be a beautiful day, though. 71-year-old, over the weekend, 71-year-old Eugene Duplessis got into an accident in the Maurepas area, was pronounced dead on the scene. That is being investigated by Louisiana State Police and is still under investigation. But again, 71-year-old Eugene Duplessis. Impairment is suspected in the crash. Denham Springs over the weekend held a certification process. It's actually called CERT. It is for first response to a disaster for individuals. So the whole deal here is trying to inform individuals if there is a tornado, a hurricane, a flood, how to take care of yourself, and then how to take care of your immediate family for that time before first responders can show up. So did things like CPR training, how to, triage, sort of how to treat a wound, how to keep, stop it from bleeding, that kind of thing. Talked about warning signs, things to be aware of, all sorts of good information. If you missed that one, there is another one. So that was this Saturday, it'd be the 18th, at the Pentecostal Church in Denham Springs. It lasted from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you missed that one, you can check out the next one. They're going to have another one in February. You can check out those details on our website, www.livingstonparishnnews.com/breaking news. It was free. We put it up there. Please check that out. That's a good piece of information to have. A lot of folks, especially after the flood, just weren't really sure what to do, where to go, that sort of thing. This is part of that process. It also kind of gives you a little bit of background on what local first responders do in the event of a disaster, to kind of give you an idea of how they handle it, what's going to be going on, so you can kind of anticipate when they're going to show up, how they're going to show up, that kind of thing. So it was a great program. Again, they're going to be having another one in February. They are on a Saturday, so please remember they're Saturday at the Pentecostal Church in Denham Springs, across the street from Walmart. They are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We talked to the mayor of Walker last week. We found out, we had reported many years ago that there was a mega subdivision coming south of I-12 in between, Jubin Road and Buddy Ellis. Wasn't going to quite get to Buddy Ellis, of course, because Our Lady of the Lake is there. So if you're trying to follow along, I'm sorry, not Buddy Ellis, 447. So if you're following along, Jubin runs south and then hits Buddy Ellis, which of course runs east and west. And then on the other side of Buddy Ellis is 447. There's a large swath of undeveloped land north of Buddy Ellis. There was going to be up to 1,700 homes in there. Excuse me, at first it was 2,500 homes. They were going to build a elementary school in there to go into the Walker school system. And that was how current Mayor Jimmy Watson got involved in the process. He was the Walker School Board member, one of them, at the time of this construction, or at the time that this was trying to be developed, trying to get the utilities, that sort of thing. according to Mr. Watson, of course, who is now the mayor, that's been dropped. It's looking more like it's going to be 1,700 homes. They are still working through a lot of wetlands permits, and post-flood, we talked about it with High Neighbor. Post-flood has changed a lot of the development patterns around here in Livingston Parish, but those 1,700 homes are still coming, and according to Jimmy Watson, it looks like the first filing of that major development, they're going to start it off with about 150 homes, and that is coming after Buddy Ellis gets its resurface and widening and the drainage added. So that's still coming. According to him, he is pretty sure they're still going to put an elementary school in there. That would be the developer. But it's been backed up due to wetlands and the flood. They're trying to figure out a better way to do it, have reduced the number, sort of the scope and scale of the subdivision. It's going to be more 1,700 homes, something like that. Still quite a few, and those will be coming over the next several years, but not quite the same scale and scope as it was in the onset. Parish Council voiced their concerns. This would have been 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago at their Thursday meeting regarding a post-disaster response packet. The parish was required to come up with something set in stone that they could present to FEMA. According to FEMA, they have been in contact with the rough draft. They're still working on that. According to Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness Director Mark Harrell, they have been involved in the process the whole time. That would be FEMA. So not entirely sure where they are in the process. Mr. Harrell came to the council and said they needed to introduce the ordinance at that last meeting so that they could adopt it at this next meeting, saying that they had a January 31st deadline. However, several councilmen, including the biggest voice would have been Mr. Gary Frog Talbert of District 2. He and I talked about this last week. If you want to go check out our morning show, I didn't do a long form podcast with him because Gary Talbert is long form anyway. So our morning show was about 42 minutes long. We dove into this a little bit. If you want to go back and check that out, that would have been last Wednesday. If you're looking for, that would have been the 15th. So last Wednesday, January 15th, Mr. Talbot and I sat down for about 42 minutes and talked about this issue. So the parish council has sought some outside opinions on it, looked into it as best as they can. They'll be discussing that probably a little more in depth this Thursday at their parish council meeting, which is January 23rd. Also coming up this Thursday is a school board meeting. While we said that last time they were probably going to nominate somebody as school board to replace Mr. Buddy Mincy, who is leaving to go be a state representative, they did not. It looks like they're going to be nominating somebody this time around. That would be this Thursday, again, the 23rd of January. Mr. David Gray is going to be at that meeting to find out who is going to take Mr. Buddy Mincy's spot. This weekend, Doyle kind of stole the headlines with two huge wins over St. Thomas Aquinas for the boys and the girls. St. Thomas Aquinas, especially in the girls department, is the reigning state champion in 2A, and of course is a district member with Doyle. That would be District 10 2A. Both teams took care of business, took care of St. Thomas Aquinas. Big statement win for those programs against a team that's usually annually going to at least take one, if not both, against Doyle. So that's kind of their statement that we're here. How does Coach Ed Ogeron say it? We're here and we're not backing down. So putting out a lot of statement wins, especially for the Doyle girls, and they've got their eye on the prize and they're playing hard. So congratulations to both of those Doyle teams. Also, plenty of soccer and plenty of basketball over the weekend. You can check all that stuff out. www.livingstonparishnews.com/sports. I did ask folks if you are interested. I will go through a scoreboard during my morning update, especially on Mondays after we've had Friday and Saturday games. Leave me a comment if you're interested in me going through the full scoreboard. We'll work through that, especially maybe just for Monday mornings. We'll go through a full scoreboard from the week before. Any ideas you have, we'd be interested. Leave us a comment on this show. Should we do the morning scoreboard or not? The Yes I Can Special Education Awards were this past week. Mr. David Gray went over to Lafayette. They were at the Cajun Dome. It was a clean sweep for Livingston Parish. 6 award winners taking home a variety of hardware for their individual efforts in specific coursework and that sort of thing. And as the Director of Special Education for the Livingston Parish Public Schools said, Mr. Pendlebar, it's a testament to these kids working through these trying times and learning how to cope with it, and then learning how to excel within the things that they're doing. And he also said it's a testament to the teachers and their parents, because that'd be the students' parents, because it takes a village for any kid, and for these kids it takes a little bit extra. All those people putting forward to help these kids accept what's going on, learn to cope with it, and then learn to excel. So congratulations to the Livingston Parish Public Schools Special Education Department. Congratulations to these 6 kids on winning the Yes I Can Awards for 2019. That would be Katie Altazan, Rocco Siracusa, Joshua Duffy, Camille Rios, Logan Ruckman, and Kayla Ordis. So congratulations to you 6 on winning Yes I Can Awards, and please keep fighting. It's extremely inspirational for you to excel in these academic worlds while tackling the things that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So congratulations again, and congratulations to the Livingston Parish Public Schools Special Education Department. One last time around with your traffic. Of course, it's clear it's Martin Luther King Day. By the way, Mr. David Gray will be out and about today covering the various Martin Luther King productions that are going on and events that are going on throughout the parish. So please keep an eye on that on our Facebook page. Please remember, it's currently 37 degrees, so it's already very cold out there. Going to get real cold. It's not going to get real warm today. We're going to have several days of very cold. It's going to get up to a whopping 51 degrees. It's going to drop to 30 overnight. So we are going to have a freeze. Please mind your pipes, your pets, and your plants. Please take some time to protect those as we move forward into, it's looking like we're finally going to get some winter weather here over the next few weeks anyway. Once again, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you joining us this morning for the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. We do this every morning at 7:30. We had a guest last Friday. We had Mr. Jim Chapman on the show. He was talking all about Farrell Calhoun paint. And we also had a guest last Wednesday. We talked about him, Mr. Gary Frog Talbert. Working on trying to get some more guests for you guys coming in here to talk to us about what's going on in Livingston Parish and what they've got going on. Please remember that we are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. We are once a week in print on Thursdays. We are online all the time. We also have an app to go with our online edition. So we hope you have a great day. Please stay warm today, and please be careful overnight. It is going to freeze, and it looks like we're going to have several freezes in a row. So it's probably time to wrap those pipes, at least for a couple of weeks. And we will be back at you tomorrow morning for your next update as we get into the Master Plan Committee, which will meet tomorrow night. Hope you have a great day. See you tomorrow.